everybody, the Law and Gnome is here, and as you can tell, I am not in my usual place. I'm actually on an off-site location, and you all know that because of the fact that I am in the process of moving. But I do have a special guest, because today is, of course, the March 2016 Funko Pop update, and I've got the voice that you have heard in so many videos where we feature his own collection. My brother-in-law, Teddy Jets, is here. My friend, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
So, I think that the Funko bug has bit this guy in a very crazy manner because I think he officially outdoes me in terms of my pop fandom these days.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
But it's fun, isn't it?
It's outrageous.
And just in case you all don't know, alongside talking about all the great Toy Fair news, there's also a lot of awesome news to talk about in terms of brand new exclusives, as well as some brand new lines that were actually announced before the Toy Fair was actually presented to the masses. But before we get into all of the craziness that is Toy Fair news, because we're going to be here for quite a while, because there is just so much awesome stuff. As a matter of fact, the two of us were watching as all the news came up, and I swear to God, I'm surprised that we didn't wake up a couple of neighbors because we literally screamed like 5-year-old girls.
Pretty sure I woke my baby up. It was horrible.
But before we get into all of that, it is time to go and take a look at how our collections have been going, and the theme is superheroes. So the first thing that we have to talk about in terms of Teddy Jet's collection is, since he got into all the madness of Pops, he has actually been doing a lot of hunting for some super rare ones these days, because he wasn't a Pop collector when these were able to be found everywhere, but now that he is a collector, this was one of the two, and we'll feature his other big favorite in another update in the future, but we're looking at the number 20 in the Pop Heroes line, which is also where all the DC Pops are. We're looking at the Dark Knight Rises version of Bane, of course played by Mad Max Fury Road's Tom Hardy. So, Bane is something that you absolutely love from this movie. So, what made you decide to go out and get it?
To be honest, I was just going and doing my usual pop hunting on Facebook, online, in stores, and I was looking to trade some of my Star Wars. And then, all of a sudden, something popped into my head. I heard a voice say, "Buy me, it is your destiny!"
And it was definitely his destiny because, my friend, you lucked out. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love the details on the trench coat. I love the skin tone. He is much darker than most of the other Pops out there, and the thing that really just blows my mind is the mask. It looks like something out of Mad Max Fury Road too.
It does.
And that's why people are wondering why there are no Mad Max Fury Road Pops.
I will buy them.
Well, hopefully there will be some in the future because there are so many people that want them, but this is definitely a winner, man. The detail on the mask is absolutely gorgeous, especially on the sides alongside the front, and I love his expression. I think he may be one of the first Pops that was ever made with eyebrows, which I think is very interesting because this one was one of the first in the line. I mean, it's only number 20, but this one, I gotta tell you, man, I'm glad you have him because he is one of your favorite characters in the DC comic book film universe, and you know what? I'm really curious to see if he will show up in any of the newer movies later and what they'll actually look like. How do you feel that you actually have this Pop in your collection?
I mean, honestly, all I can say is finally, because he's my favorite character in Batman. And seeing that he was a Pop, I had to have him, and finally I got him.
Yeah, I'm just glad that because of the fact that you weren't a Pop collector when he was so easy to find, but you told me that you got a pretty good deal on him, so that I guess makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, either way, I'm just really happy I got him. Finally!
So we actually have to go to Teddy Jets' shelf to take a look at these 5 beauties. I just have to ask you before we go into each and every one of these, because if all of you out there watching don't know what these are all AntMan Pops from the Marvel movie Ant-Man, which was one of the biggest surprises for me in terms of all the Marvel films. I had so much fun with it. What is it that made you go on this crazy Ant-Man binge?
So to be honest, I wasn't always the biggest Marvel fan. I didn't even know who Ant-Man was.
Ant-Man did.
Yeah, I know, but when that movie came out and I saw Paul Rudd, one of my favorite actors, he went and did Ant-Man, it brought Marvel it was so much better for me. It brought it more to life, and it really connected with me more than other characters. And the reason why is I'm not the tallest guy. And to see that something so small is able to do so much damage really, brings it home to me.
Understood.
So Ant-Man might be my favorite superhero.
And we've got various kinds, and we're not going to really go into all the details, so I'm just going to basically go through each and every one of them. So we've got the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Blackout Ant-Man, and of course they're Marvel, so they're all bobbleheads. I love the detail in this one, especially because of the fact that you can see the eyes through the visor, which is very interesting, and I also love the details on the helmet, but I think that if we take a look at the Hot Topic exclusive glow-in-the-dark Ant-Man, we can get a much better look at the style and the details on the helmet, because the helmet is absolutely gorgeous. I love the details on it. I don't know why you can't see the eyes in the visor. Maybe it's just because it's glow in the dark, but also the details on the suit itself, especially all the way down to the hands and the feet. It's just so detailed and beautiful. I am amazed with the intricate details. And before we go over to this character over here, of course, we will swing over to a very rare one. This is the Marvel Collector Corps Unmasked Scott Lang. And of course, it's the Ant-Man suit, but you've also got Scott Lang's face as opposed to his mask. I don't necessarily think he looks like Paul Rudd, because let's face it, there are some that actually do look much more like the actors that they are actually representing. Sure. But what I love so much about this is, and I don't even want to touch it because it's just so fragile.
It's awesome.
This apparently is the world record holder for the tiniest bobblehead, and it is, of course, miniaturized Ant-Man. And I am just shocked at how much detail they got into this tiny little thing. I mean, it's about, if I put my thumb and forefinger together, that's how tiny this is. It's unbelievably small, yet so detailed. And I think that's why Funko is such an amazing company. Yeah. You know, the fact that they're able to put detail into something so tiny is incredible. But now let's take a look at Ant-Man's nemesis from the movie, and of course he was played by Corey Stoll. This is the Amazon exclusive Yellow Jacket. If you think Ant-Man's suit got details, this one's got so many more details, including the eyes through the visor. I love the detail on the chest, the tentacles coming out of the back, the details on the back of the helmet, the front of the helmet. I mean, this is just a beautiful pop. I mean, I would take this over the Ant-Man pops any day, especially if you're someone who likes details.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because the story behind Yellow Jacket, why I got him, is because I was on Amazon, as I usually do, just buying random things. It says, you might like, and it came up with Yellow Jacket. It was this one for about $4 or $5. If I spent $25, so I'm like, okay, why not? I'll get it.
Yeah, I did that too with one of my orders on Amazon as well. I think that's really clever.
Yeah, and then 150 to 200 pops later, here I am, because of Yellow Jacket.
But now we got to go to the coup de grace right here, and I'm going to need you to hold this one for me, sir, because this is just something I'm just too afraid to do. I said when I saw the preview for this, I just said this is unbelievably clever as a pop ride. It is, of course, Ant-Man with his trusted mount, Anthony. And this is just beautiful. Again, the pop rides are great now because of the fact that they feature a unique pop with the ride itself, so it makes it more worth the money. But I love the details on Anthony. He looks like an actual giant ant. Like,
really does.
This is like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and
that's
everything.
What I was thinking.
It's absolutely beautiful, and the pop itself is, of course, unique because the pose that he's in is very different from the regulars, because it looks like he's actually holding on to handlebars on his little seat right over there. So you basically just stand him right there and you put him on the handlebars and you've got him riding his trusted friend, which is just so amazing. But I think that he is one of the best pop rides out there. He may be the best one in the line, at least until Danny Targaryen and Drogon comes out. But as far as I'm concerned, I just love the details on each and every one of these pops, man. And I'm just never would have pegged you as someone who did in fact enjoy Ant-Man.
I love it.
So I'm sure that you're just excited to see him in Captain America Civil War. And
Civil War, I'm so excited.
And I'm sure even more excited to see him with Wasp. And I'm pretty sure that Wasp will have a pop in the near future as well. So that's it for the superheroes on this end. And now we're going to go back home and take a look at some of my heroes in my new collection. So after seeing one of the funniest comic book films that I've ever seen, it was only appropriate that I went out and got this pop. I couldn't resist getting number 112 in the Marvel line, Deadpool, and this of course is not the comic book version of Deadpool, this is the film's version of Deadpool, and even though there are so many different kinds of Deadpools to choose from, I went with the thumbs up Deadpool because it was just funny when I saw the glam shots, and I said to myself, I have to have this one. I'm also featuring this one on its own because it's actually going to my office. This is going to be the second pop that I'm going to have at work, and I'm really excited to showcase it because a lot of my co-workers were planning on seeing this film as well. I think that this pop, even though it is a bobblehead, and I kind of like the fact that it is a bobblehead because it kind of adds to the comedic factor. It's a very detailed pop. They got the costume perfect. I love the detail on the belt, on the uniform, on the bands around his feet. Even the back is really cool with the sheaths for the sword as well as the little end point of his hood as well as the gun itself. But I think the part that makes it hilarious was when I opened it, I said to myself, why is his head tilted? Turned out that it's supposed to be that way because he's supposed to be saying like, oh, hello there, it's me, your friendly neighborhood Deadpool. So I'm very glad that I got this one, and I know there are so many different ones to choose from, so you know, if you want to collect them all, go for it, but this is the only one that I am going to own, and I'm very proud to actually feature it in my collection and eventually have it joining me at my office where I work. At least it will definitely make my day a little brighter. You have no idea how excited I am for Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. The DC Cinematic Universe is something that I have been wanting to be finally done correctly after so many years, and with all of the wonderful movies that we have gotten in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I really feel that this is the time that DC is going to shine, especially because Man of Steel was a great movie to me. It was the Superman I've always wanted to see in film. When I found out that the Pop line was coming out, I was excited. I never invested in the Marvel one, but in the DC one, I was first interested in getting the double pack when I saw it at San Diego Comic-Con, and then I was thinking about getting the double pack that was featured at Toys R Us, which was the metallic Batman and Superman. But when I saw the other pops that were coming out in this line and other DC characters that will be coming out in future lines, I decided, you know, I'm just gonna go with the individual ones because I absolutely feel that this is a line that I am going to be invested in. So these are the 4 of the Batman v Superman line that I am officially adding to my collection. We are going to start, of course, with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Batman, and in this case played by Ben Affleck. Except for a bad paint smudge over here of the Batarang that he is holding, I absolutely love the way that Batman is designed. I love the fact that we are finally getting to see him in the gray spandex type suit that everyone has said that Batman should be. I also like that it is a little take on the Dark Knight Returns Batman uniform. Not exactly sure what to say about the gold tip shoes, but I have learned to live with that. But I love the details. I love the details on the mask, the fact that they got the eyebrows and the smaller pointy ears. I think that that is great, and the cape is fantastic too because it's got a little bit of a gold or a bronze look on the very bottom as if it was dragging on the floor because that is Batman. He is rugged, and of course I love the detail in the material. It's a different material from usual pop vinyls. It's not necessarily smooth. And then of course we've got the Man of Steel, Superman. They've already featured him in a pop line, but this is the best Superman I have ever seen. Again, the details and the textures of the costume, the logo on the Superman uniform, the way that the cape looks, and of course with the base, which is a little hard to get on at first. You gotta have really small hands to get underneath the back of the Superman pop. It's beautiful. The fact that it looks like he is flying or floating, it's just absolutely wonderful, and I am so glad. This is probably one of the 10 best pops in my entire collection. Of course, we've got the newbies. We have got Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman and Jason Momoa's Aquaman, and I absolutely love them. Although the weirdest thing is their heads seem to be a lot bigger than these two. I was a little concerned because I thought that Batman had a very, very small head, but when I compared it to my Adam West Batman pop, it was actually the same size. So now I'm not so concerned anymore. And I think that these two are absolutely wonderful. I mean, unfortunately, her box was a little wonky when I got it in the mail, and her paint job is a teensy bit botched over here on her leg, but they really put so much detail into this specific pop. I love the way that her uniform looks. The details on her sword is fantastic. Her headband, you turn her around, her hair is very free-flowing. I absolutely love the details on her skirt, and of course you can't get over the amazing paint job on her, and on Aquaman it is no different. I mean, it's a little bit weird that he is not blonde, but he's got the blonde streaks in his hair, but this is Jason Momoa. They've got the missing piece of his eyebrow, the 2 birthmarks underneath his eyes. I love the tattoo detail on his chest, and this is like the 1990s Aquaman mixed with the 1960s Silver Age Aquaman because he's still got his trident, but instead of the orange jumpsuit, we have him in the green pants and gold boots. And I love the details on all 4 of them, and I am so excited for the rest of the DCCU to be released because I am very excited to see what characters will be featured in pop form. I already have some that will be featured later on in this video, but I am just hoping that Batman v Superman is a good film because I want this cinematic universe to become a long-running franchise like Marvel, and quite frankly, I think we will get that. But for now, I've got the pops, and I am very, very excited for what is yet to come in the world of DCCU. So let's begin. Before we get into the Toy Fair news, let's talk about some brand new lines, as well as some exclusives, as well as some extensions to current lines. And we're going to start with the ever-popular Disney line, although I have to say I'm really surprised that they're actually making this. This is the Disney Descendants line, and this is based on a made-for-television movie from Disney Channel in regards to the descendants of famous Disney villains. I won't deny the fact that the look of the pops are very well detailed, but I just don't understand because I don't really know if anyone thought that this was even any good. So as far as I'm concerned, why they're making these, you know what, if you like them, go out and get them. But I will say that Hot Topic, of course, always jumps ahead, and they are giving us a pop that I said I would show you if I did get a good glam shot, and that is the blue Zoidberg from the Futurama line. And I really think that it is very good looking, so if you are a fan of Futurama, there's no reason why you can't go out and get that. One of the other things that's very impressive is the fact that there is an exclusive to the games line, and it is a brand new character from Plants vs. Zombies. It's a Target exclusive, and it's called Super Brains. I like the game, although I haven't played it in a very long time, and I really want to get back into it somewhere in time, and I love the details of this pop, and if you are a fan of Plants vs. Zombies, there's no reason why you shouldn't go out and get it. And that's going to bring us to a brand new line that is going to be added to the games line, and it is the Doom line. We all know how popular that series is, and I know a lot of people that are going to want to get their hands on that. It's just 2 pops. One of them is an oversized, so it's not one that is difficult to start. They are also going to be including in the Blizzard game Overwatch. This is the brand new role-playing sensation. I don't know much about it, but it also will include an oversized pop. I also know that there is going to be an exclusive coming out, so as soon as I get the glam shot for that, I will include it in the next pop update. There's also going to be some anime specials. There's going to be a brand new, different color character from Bleach, as well as a GameStop special from the Naruto collection. And I definitely like them, especially because of the fact that the oversized one is glow-in-the-dark, so that always gets people excited to get their hands on a brand new exclusive. And one of the other ones that I plan to show you guys as soon as there was a better glam shot, and this is going to lead into how FYE is really pulling itself ahead in regards to the pop market. And they, of course, have the brand new Captain Jack Harkness Vortex Manipulator pop, and the details are really good. And they also unveiled an exclusive double pack of Captain America and Iron Man from Captain America Civil War. And one of the other interesting exclusives is the brand new Marvel Collector Core box, which is the Leaping Deadpool. I already have my Deadpool, and I absolutely love the details on this pop, especially because of the fact that they're just going above and beyond to give us some of the most interesting poses, and I definitely will say that this is going to be something that people are going to like. Another interesting line that is being introduced to the American Horror Story line, and it is, of course, the Hotel line, and I know a lot of people who have collected them, and I'm not going to be surprised if more people go out and get those. In regards to chases, they're introducing 4 brand new Sesame Street flocked pops. You can get Ernie, Bert, Elmo, or an oversized Big Bird, so I'm sure that people who have gotten the flocked Snuffy or the flocked Cookie Monster are going to be interested in those as well. And once again, there are going to be more exclusives from WWE.com because there's going to be a new double box set of the Bella Twins as well as an exclusive of Sting. So if you are collecting those, I wouldn't be surprised if you went out and got those. And also in the world of anime, there is also going to be One Piece, and I am very impressed with the fact that they went and got this line together because there are a lot of One Piece fans out there. So in regards to anime pops, they are definitely not disappointing. Pop Asia is a line that I really don't understand why it is not in the United States, because I love the fact that there are some Osamu Tezuka characters, but the fact that they're actually bringing out some other things like Ultraman, that's pretty cool, and it really makes me wonder why Pop Asia does not make it here, because there's plenty of anime fans out here that know about these specific characters in Japanese media and television, so why they're not making them here, I don't understand. And to close out all of the brand new lines, line extensions, and exclusives, I am going to let you guys look at the brand new wave of Game of Thrones. We've got some really good ones, including a Harpy. We've also got Stannis Baratheon, finally, and a Marjorie Tyrell. And along with that, you've got some exclusives, like a glow-in-the-dark Night King, as well as a translucent Melisandre. The Night King is going to be a GameStop exclusive, and the Melisandre is going to be a Barnes & Noble exclusive. It's not going to stop there with Game of Thrones. I guess we're all excited for Season 6 as well. We have an oversized Rhaegal, which is officially going to complete the oversized Dragon Pops, and something that really surprised me. A pop ride of Daenerys Targaryen on Drogon. I love the way this looks, and I love the pose that Daenerys has in her hands. Looks like she is holding on to the dragon to keep herself on as he flies, and I love the way that Drogon looks, and I am not going to hide this. This is going to be a pop that is going to be entering my collection. I may not collect all the Game of Thrones stuff, but when it comes to some of the harder to find ones or the really good looking ones, I gotta go with something like this. So now we are going to get into the big news, and that is Toy Fair. I'm telling you, me and Teddy Jets, my brother-in-law, went berserk when we saw all of the new stuff that was coming. So I'm trying to once again put it into some kind of an order, and we're going to start with comic book characters. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a 1950s Batmobile, and this is going to include the 1950s Golden Age Batman. I love the fact that they're actually going out of their way to make something like this, but of course, you guys know me, I still want my 1966 Batman, Adam West stuff, and complete my collection on that. Along with the 1950s Batmobile, we are also getting Wonder Woman in her invisible jet. And that is something that I kind of saw coming, but I am excited that it actually will be. And we are also going to be getting some extensions to the DC television lines. From Flash, we are going to be getting Zoom, and from Arrow, we are going to be getting a brand new Oliver in a Green Arrow Season 4 outfit, as well as Thea, aka Speedy. But we also are going to finally get some classic DC characters, some that I am really excited are being made, like Firestorm, Supergirl, and of course Black Manta, who's one of my favorite DC villains. And of course, to close out the DC, how can we not include Suicide Squad? I am so excited that this pop line is happening, and I am also going to be adding to my current DCCU collection. For now, I definitely want to get my hands on the Joker, Harley Quinn, and the masked Deadshot, but as you can see, you can also get him unmasked. I'm still on the cusp in regards to Killer Croc, but I guess I just need to see a better look at a glam shot to really make my decision in regards to adding him to my collection as well. But I love the fact that they're coming out. They all look fantastic, especially Joker and Harley Quinn. And Marvel is not going to count itself out, as they are also going to be extending with some classic characters, including a classic Falcon. Now let's go and take a look at Disney, because there's a lot of awesome Disney ones that were featured at the Toy Fair. We're going to start with the Finding Dory line, which includes one of the new characters, which is Hank the Octopus, voiced by Ed O'Neill. I don't understand why they're making a new Nemo and Dory, because they do look exactly the same as the originals. They just say Finding Dory on the box. But if you've already collected your up ones, they're going to be making a Doug, and I'm very glad, because I think that Doug is one of the best characters that Pixar has ever given to us. And we're finally going to be getting Pocahontas. I know some people that really wanted to get a Pocahontas pop, so you can get Pocahontas and Miko. We have a brand new version of Pete's Dragon coming out. I saw the teaser trailer, and I won't lie, it did look good, but I still have a lot of skepticism about it, but I also see here that we're going to be getting some Moana pops. There's just no pictures available yet, but when they do come out, I will definitely let you know. They're also going to be giving us Alice Through the Looking Glass pops, and I loved what the original Alice in Wonderland looked like, and I'm really surprised they're actually making this line so quickly. I love the way that the new Mad Hatter looks. I love the fact that the White Rabbit is going to be in here, but I especially love the young Cheshire Cat. Now let's take a look at anime, because we've got some very good ones coming out. We've got Dragon Ball Z Wave 2, which also includes some characters from Dragon Ball, including Bulma, who is also in Dragon Ball Z, and Goku as a young child on his Nimbus, which I really want to see a glam shot of because I am really excited for it, but the one that I'm most excited for is Krillin, because he's my favorite character on the show. I'm not so sure what to make of the Trunks. I guess I just need to see a better look and not necessarily a sketch, so when I see a glam shot of him, I will definitely let you guys know if I plan to add him to my collection or not. And to close out anime, Sailor Moon fans rejoice. It was a long time coming, but Sailor Moon is finally becoming a pop line, and they all look great. And you also have the ability to get the two cats as mini pops that are paired with Sailor Moon and Sailor Venus respectively. But it looks like you can get all of them and Tuxedo Mask. And I am looking forward to seeing a whole bunch of videos of people who are going to be featuring these pops. Brian Marietta loves the 80s, and we're going to be getting so many 80s themed pops this year. We've got, in the world of television, the A-Team, and I also know for a fact that there's supposed to be the van coming out as a pop ride, so if it does, I will definitely keep you guys in the know. And a line that I never would have imagined would come out, the Golden Girls line. I guess it's all just a matter of time until I Love Lucy shows up as well. So as far as I'm concerned, that is probably going to be one of the most popular of this year. In the world of 80s movies, there is way too much. We've got The Dark Crystal. And I kind of feel now that I've seen that these pops are coming out, I must go and rewatch this movie because I love Jim Henson and these pops look fantastic. We've got Flash Gordon. Cue the Queen music, everybody. I'm quite surprised that they're actually making this line. I didn't know how popular Flash Gordon was because I saw it a long time ago and kind of don't remember it. I know that the movie Ted recently revitalized it. There was also rumors of a Ted with a Flash Gordon t-shirt on, but these definitely look very interesting and I wouldn't be surprised if people go out to get them. We've also got Bill and Ted. I know so many people that are excited for these two guys to become pops, and I won't lie, they may not join my collection, but I have so much joy over the fact that these are coming out. But here's a couple of things that I am definitely planning to add to my collection, and that is the Ferris Bueller line. As of now, I only want the Dancing Ferris because I think it looks better than the regular one. I hope that there's a pop ride of the Ferrari because that would be really cool, but for now you can only get Dancing Ferris, regular Ferris, and Cameron. And I am very happy because they all look wonderful. Moving on into other movies, we have Mean Girls. I know plenty of people who love Mean Girls, and I wouldn't be surprised if they went out and got them for their collections. There's also going to be a new Minion, and it looks like he's in swimming trunks with a coconut drink. There's also going to be Braveheart. I had a feeling this was going to come out, but it's only one for now, so this is not going to put a dent in too many people's wallets if they want to go get Braveheart. We've also got, alongside the Independence Day line, we've got Independence Day Resurgence from the new movie. I really don't know what to say about these because I haven't seen the movie yet because it's not out yet. But I will definitely make my call and be very curious to see if people go out and get them. We've also got Space Ghost. That is definitely something interesting, but I was hoping for more Hanna-Barbera pops. Not the saying that Space Ghost is bad, but I was really hoping that there was going to be some previews of Scooby-Doo pops and maybe even some Jetsons pops and other classic Hanna-Barbera characters like maybe Birdman, but I guess time will tell, won't it? But for now, if you guys like Space Ghost, why not go out and get Space Ghost? We've also got, from the brand new Ghostbusters line, the new Ghostbusters themselves, played by all of the brand new fresh faces in the Ghostbusters universe, played by all the wonderful comedians from Saturday Night Live, as well as Melissa McCarthy, and it looks like we will also get the new Ecto-1 as a pop ride. And here's another line that was very interesting. We've also got The Secret Life of Pets coming out. And I am very excited to see this movie. I don't know if it's going to be good or bad, but I definitely like the fact that these pops are being made, and I will not lie, they all look extremely cute. So I'm hoping that that movie is successful, and I will definitely be curious to see if anyone goes out to get those brand new pops. We've also got a new addition to the WWE line, including one of the classic characters in wrestling, Bret the Hitman Hart. Love the fact that he's coming out. So anyone else out there who are WWE fans, because there's definitely a great blend of new and classic WWE faces. And we've got a line that I had already previewed, but it looked like at Toy Fair there were some actual pops there, and that's the Warcraft movie line. I am so excited to see this movie, and I'm so excited to see that there are more than just 3 pops. I am definitely going to be adding these to my pop collection. And how can we not include Star Wars as always, because Star Wars has a lot of new ones coming. Looks like we're going to finally get a bearded Luke from The Force Awakens. We're also going to get a General Leia Organa. We're also going to get some other characters like General Hux. But I think the ones that are very interesting are the action-posed Kylo Ren and Rey. They look wonderful from their lightsaber battle, and I think the details on these are fantastic. But again, these are just rough sketches, so I'm really excited to see what the glam shots are going to look like, and if I can actually get to a good glam shot, I will post it in a future update. And to finally finish this off, and this was another monster large pop update, we've got a Pop Ride set that I think is just beautiful. I was hoping that Harry Potter would have a ride, and I was hoping that it was going to be the flying car, but this is even better. 3 pop rides, each a different piece of the Hogwarts Express train, each a unique pop, like Harry with his oversized clothes and the tape on his glasses, Ron with a smudge on his face, and Hermione holding a book. Put all these together, and you get the entire Hogwarts Express. Guys, I think we're all in trouble here, because there are so many amazing pops coming out, but when it comes to anything that Toy Fair had to show us this year, I think that this set of pop rides, especially with a line as popular as Harry Potter, just took the whole frickin' bakery along with the cake. So thank you very much for joining us today on this Funko Pop Update. It is awesome. There's just so much awesome stuff coming, and I'm really glad that we actually took the time to go over your collection, because in case you can all see in the background, there are some more pops over there, and we'll definitely be going over each and every one of them. So my friend, I'm looking forward to seeing you in another pop update in the future.
Looking forward to.
Don't forget to comment in the box below and let us know which line are you most excited for from all the Toy Fair news. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and actions speak louder than words.